Once upon a time in the heart of Nigeria, there lived a young man named Samuel. He was raised in a very poor neighborhood where people often struggled to eat 3 meals a day. His father was a mechanic, and his mother sold fruits at the market. Despite their poverty, the house was always full of laughter, warmth, and love. Samuel remembered how his parents danced in the small kitchen, even when they had no money. From a young age, Samuel believed that money was the answer to all problems. He told himself, "One day, I will become rich, and I will never suffer again." He studied hard, got a scholarship, and later started a small tech business. His dream was simple: get rich and be happy forever. But was it really that simple? This story will take you on a journey of how Samuel went from having nothing to having everything, and how he learned that money alone does not guarantee happiness. Samuel worked day and night on his tech startup. At first, it was hard. He slept in internet cafes, skipped meals, and coded on old computers. After 2 years, things started to change. A foreign investor saw his work and invested thousands of dollars. Samuel's app went viral. Soon, he was making more money than he ever imagined. He bought a car, moved to a luxury apartment, and wore expensive clothes. He started traveling to Dubai, London, and Paris. People respected him. Old friends who ignored him before suddenly wanted to talk. Social media called him a young genius. But something felt off. His phone rang all the time, but none of the calls were from his parents. He hadn't visited them in a year. He was too busy chasing success. Life became a race. Samuel had to attend meetings, check stocks, and give interviews. He had no time to rest. His sleep was short, and his meals were fast. Though surrounded by people, he often felt alone. One night, while dining in a fancy restaurant, he saw a couple sitting together, laughing and eating simple food. They looked poor, but truly happy. That image stayed in his mind. He asked himself, "Why do I feel empty?" He had money, fame, cars, even assistants, but no peace. His health started to decline. His blood pressure went up. He was always tired, but he ignored the signs. One day, his sister called with urgent news. "Mama is very sick. She needs you." Samuel paused for a moment, but then said, "I have meetings. I'll visit later." Days turned into weeks. By the time he made time, it was too late. His mother had passed away. He rushed home, but guilt ate him alive. At the funeral, he saw his father holding a faded photo of Samuel as a child. His father said softly, "You were chasing gold, but forgot where you came from." Tears rolled down Samuel's face. He had lost someone who truly loved him, not for his money, but for who he was. After the funeral, Samuel stayed in the village for a while. He walked through the old streets, ate the food he grew up with, and spoke with childhood friends. He started to feel something he hadn't felt in years: peace. One day, he visited his old school and spoke to the students. He shared his journey, his mistakes, and the lesson he was slowly learning: money is important, but it's not everything. He helped renovate the school and set up a tech lab for young kids. For the first time, he felt real joy, not because of what he had, but because of what he gave. Samuel returned to the city, but with a new purpose. He sold one of his cars, gave away half his wardrobe, and cut down on meetings. He started a charity for kids who wanted to learn tech but had no resources. His life slowed down. He began meditating, journaling, and spending weekends with his father. His social media became quieter, but his soul became louder. He understood that money can buy comfort, but not love, peace, or meaning. Years passed, and Samuel was no longer the young tech genius in the news, but he was something better, a man with a heart. He married a teacher he met during a school visit. They lived simply, with purpose and peace. Every morning, he made breakfast for his family and smiled at the quiet joy of life. He still had money, but he no longer worshipped it. He used it to help, to build, and to love. He often told people, money is a tool, not a god. As Samuel sat alone in his small apartment, the silence around him was loud. No laughter, no messages, no friends asking him to go out. Just the sound of the clock ticking and the memories playing like an old movie in his mind. He had traveled the world, lived in luxury hotels, and owned expensive cars, but now, none of those things mattered. When his business collapsed and his fake friends disappeared, he realized something powerful. He had never truly been happy. His wealth had brought attention, but not affection. It had bought smiles, but not real support. It had made him known, but not truly loved. When he had money, everyone wanted to be around him, but when he lost it all, only silence remained. Samuel's story teaches us a lesson we often forget in today's world. We chase money, fame, and luxury because we think these things will make us happy. But happiness doesn't live in bank accounts or in expensive clothes. Happiness is in human connection, peace of mind, and a life lived with purpose. Money is not evil. It can help you live better, support your family, or create opportunities. But when money becomes your master, it controls your joy. When you base your worth on what you own, you become poor inside. Samuel had to lose everything to understand the value of the things that money can't buy: love, friendship, kindness, time, and inner peace. Don't wait until life forces you to stop and reflect. Think about what really matters now. Build relationships. Spend time with people who care about you. Say thank you. Help others. Listen with your heart. These are the investments that always give back. At the end of our lives, we won't remember how many cars we had or how much money we earned. We will remember the people who stood by us, the moments that made us smile, and the peace we felt inside. So, does money bring happiness? The answer is simple: money can help, but it can never replace what truly matters. Choose wisely, live with balance, and remember, you are already rich if you have love, health, and peace.